I shared the first version of this B2B privacy tech landscape in June 2019, and I published the V2 in January 2021. So in this video, I will share the major changes that struck me while doing this update after 1.5 years. So the first thing that struck me while I was updating my spreadsheet is the number of VC rounds that happened during this time frame. The V1 of this landscape had around 30 companies on it, and they have raised a total of $300 million. And keep in mind that I don't pretend that it's what this industry as a whole has raised in 1.5 years, but just this small data set of 30 startups. Whenever I update a startup landscape, I generally see quite a bit of startups that have stopped operating and have died. However, this time, I was quite surprised to see that none of the companies originally listed died. I saw 1 or 2 pivots, but the vast majority was still operating. Now, I'm not saying that all are successful and that no one knows big problems, but most are still alive, and I was not expecting this. I think that the past 2 years, the market has matured quite a bit, and in a very interesting way for startups. So when GDPR was implemented back in 2018, the general feeling among businesses was that it was a pain in the ass, and the majority of them had to scramble to set up their processes to make sure that they were compliant. Fast forward 3 years later, things seems much more structured. First, not only the concept of having a privacy program in place seems to be much more understood, but privacy-related concerns have become an habit. I'm not saying everything is perfect, but it really feels like we've transitioned from what are these annoying data privacy requirement tasks and how I will deal with them to it's a normal part of my job to deal with this kind of concerns. Obviously, this market education is much more visible on the enterprise and mid-market segments, but nevertheless, a real new software category seems to be born, and it's probably not only a fad. I'll finish this video about the updates with some various facts. First, the landscape grew from 30 startups to 60 startups now. Second, in terms of location, we're almost at 50% of companies based in Europe and 50% in North America. And finally, the new 30 startups that I have added have raised a total of $100 million so far.